good morning, and good morning to you. It's a splendid Friday again, and I'm so happy to be here at our Friday Live. My name is Kunle Ologe, marriage counselor, founder of the Marriage Seal Academy, and I'm excited to be here every Friday. I'm here live teaching you something on marriage. And that is what I do for a living. I help people have better marriages. And that is what we will be doing here again. And I'm so happy for all of you who are already here. I see you. I greet you back. Good morning to you. And let us dive into today's session. As usual, every Friday, we come here for just 1 hour. And we hope that this 1 hour will be useful to you. So let's ensure everyone that is here, let us ensure that we have our writing materials, that we have the focus for 1 hour. I know you are probably at work now, but you can take that your lunch break, okay, or that your brunch break, and use it to actually listen. And hey, even more importantly, you need to ensure that everybody that you know is listening and watching to this right now. Listening and watching this right now. Because if the marriages around you are bad, your marriage is at risk. You know how it is when you feel like you are the only good egg in a crate of eggs. It's just a matter of time. You also will become a spoiled egg. And that's why it's important for you to bring everybody that is around you, friends, family, colleagues, church members, anybody that you know that is part of your circle. And if you know what I mean, your circle, people you look up to, you visit, your children visit, and so on, and you do things with. These people need to all have the same knowledge you have on marriage, so that instead of pulling you down, they can push you up in your relationship with your spouse. So if you've not yet invited, please go ahead right now and invite a minimum of 10 people. Yes, a minimum of 10 people. Invite them, let them come here, and let them begin to learn just as you are learning. As soon as you've invited those 10 people, just put it there in the comment section and say, I have invited 10 people. And I greet you again, every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we're looking at a very, very important topic. It's a topic that sometimes we forget. And we're looking at, how do I get my children to believe in marriage? How do I get my children to believe in marriage? Sometime last year, I was in a park with my wife, and I was still telling this story, recently. I was in a park with my wife. If you're in Abuja, the Jabi Lake Park. And we were preparing us at that time for the drama night. So every December at the Marriage Seal Academy, we have a drama night, live, physical drama here in Abuja. And this year again, we're going to have it. It's going to be on the 5th of December at the Raw Materials Institute in Maitama, Abuja. If you are in Abuja on that day, please come and join us. It's a day we relax, laugh, and hey, yours truly is going to be acting on that day also. And I'm sure the flyer will come up soon. So the flyer for this drama night, you'll see it before we leave today, and then you get all the details there. But back to my story. So I went to the park with my wife to do publicity for the drama night. And all of a sudden, a young man walked up to me and he looked familiar, and I just recognized him. Oh, wow. It was a son of one of our neighbors where we used to live before, and not just a neighbor, a church member, a beautiful family. And so I hadn't seen him in years. The last time I saw him, I think he was still in secondary school. But here he was now, a full-grown young man, and the guy walked up to me and, greeted me properly and greeted my wife and said he had graduated, and he was, I think as at that time, he was either doing his NYC or waiting for his NYC. But anyway, so before we knew what was happening, we had 10. Yes, and that's the flyer for the drama night in case you missed it. So drama night 2026 is here. So please do well to do your registrations for it. The details will still be shared as we go on. So thank you very much, team, for the flyer. Now, this young man, we now asked him, "What are you here? What are you doing here in the park?" And he said, "Oh, I came for evangelism with the youth department of the church." And before we knew what was happening, we had 3 people gathering, 5, so they all saw him and they all started converging. And he introduced myself and my wife to them. And young people, they were very vibrant, and I was excited. I'm always excited when I see young people because it just gives me hope. And so I said, okay, since I have these young people here, my wife and I decided to start talking to them about something of the future, and that is marriage. And we began to ask them, so when do you want to get married? Do you have someone you want to get married to? And do you know, almost every one of them had no plan for marriage. Almost every one of them. They must have been about 12 or thereabout. Everyone said, no, we're not thinking of marriage yet. No, it's not really something. We just want to go and walk. It's not really something that is on the top burner now. And I was like, wow, really? Now, all those young men and ladies that were there were probably between the ages of 21 and 24. And the appropriate age to get married is before 26. Once you are crossing 26, you're already late in marriage. But these young people were not interested in marriage. They didn't believe in that institution of marriage. And so we had to start asking them, why don't you believe in marriage? And they gave us some very stunning reasons. I'm going to be sharing some of those reasons here with you today, because we want to make sure that our children don't begin to imbibe a very negative culture that is blowing around the world now, where people want relationships but they don't want commitment. So they want to be able to have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a living lover, but no commitment. So no strings attached, so to say. I think they call it friends with benefits. That is an evil wind that is blowing around the world. And if you don't know it, your children are also carrying that evil mindset. You want to check? Ask them. Ask any of your children who is maybe 16 and above. Ask them what their thought about marriage is when they want to get married, and see what their answer will be. And it will shock you that they're actually not interested in marriage. It's not something that is on the top burner. So why are they not interested in marriage? Why have they stopped believing in marriage? Let's look at some of the reasons they have stopped believing in marriage. The first reason, number one, is that they see pain instead of partnership in marriage. They see pain instead of partnership in marriage. Many children, they grow up seeing their parents fighting, bickering, arguing, backstabbing each other, and they just see that this thing that is supposed to be a partnership, it's just pain. My mom is always crying, dad is always screaming, mom is always shouting, mom is always moving out. And so they can't see that this is a partnership. In fact, what they probably see is a relationship of convenience where we just have to be together because of the children. Now, this does not help them. So instead of associating marriage with love, which is what it's supposed to be, they associate marriage with suffering, anger, bitterness, violence in some cases. And if that's what they feel like, then marriage is more or less a battlefield. It's more or less a battlefield for them. So for that reason, they're not interested in marriage. So now you have baby mamas. I don't know if they call them baby papas. I don't know what the guys are called. But people who just say, I don't want to get married, but I want to have a child. And so they go ahead, have a child, and then everybody is living their own life. The child most likely is with the mother. The man is living his own life. Once in a while, they meet again and exchange some conjugal activities, and then everybody goes their own way. They are free to mingle with everybody. Where are we getting all this from? They're getting it from what they saw, or the fear of what they saw. So they say, if this is what marriage looks like, then I don't think I'm interested in it. So they're just living their lives and trying to make money. That's one of the reasons young people are not interested in marriage. Another reason is because they witness unhappy parents. They witness unhappy parents. Do you know that your unhappiness is rubbing off wrongly on your children? Perhaps that man was not the person you wanted to marry. Perhaps that woman was not the person you wanted to marry. But hey, you are married. I mean, we were not there at that point in time. We don't know what forced both of you to get married. But you are married now. And so you might as well just be happy with it and make the best out of it. It's like work. When I see people going to work every day and they're grumbling and very angry, I'm asking them, would you rather not work? If you've decided that you are going to work, then the best thing for you to do is just to be happy. Oh, I remember years ago when I was still in the bank, I used to call some of my staff who were always grumbling, always disgruntled. And I used to tell them, why are you so upset with where you are working? Why don't you make it a happy place where you come here? Because whether you like it or not, you're going to spend more time at work probably than with your family. You're going to spend sometimes 10, 12 hours at work. And if you're going to spend that long at work, you might as well make the place a happy place for you. Same thing with marriage. Marriage is a lifetime. It's even more than work. Work, you would even retire, right? Marriage, there's no retirement. It's lifelong. So if you don't agree with yourself that you're going to be happy, you will remain unhappy for the rest of your life, frustrated for the rest of your life. And your children will see it. They will see those parents that are always unhappy, always angry. So they lose the faith they have in the institution. They start believing that, oh, when you get married, it kills your happiness. And that's not the way God organized marriage to be. In fact, when you get married, it's supposed to increase your joy. Can you remember your wedding day? Can you remember how joyful you were? How excited you had butterflies? For some of you, that was your most exciting moment. You had butterflies flying all over your belly. You were smiling. Look at your wedding pictures. See how happy you were. How come you can't maintain that happiness? So your children cannot see it, and so they just feel that if I get married, I'm going to be unhappy. So I'd rather stay unmarried. That's one of the reasons young people are not getting married. Number 3, the third reason young people are not thinking of marriage is because they have experienced the divorce of their parents or the separation of their parents. So there's that abandonment feeling that they have. You know, every divorce, every separation hits most on the children. As a marriage counselor, I'm counseling couples almost every day in the year. From Mondays to Fridays, I am counseling, including today. Minimum 2 couples every day. This year alone, I've done over 182 counseling sessions. That's apart from courses and programs that I run for couples. 182. And in all those sessions, some of them are cases of divorce. It's either they're already divorced or then the process of divorce, and somebody just says, hey, why not go and talk to you? And you know, when you go for divorce anyway, the judge will ask you if you have tried mediation. And if you have not, he would instruct that you first go and sit down with a mediator, a counselor who will talk things out with you people to be sure that you want to get divorced. So they come to me eventually, and then they suddenly find out that we actually don't need to get divorced. This thing we're getting divorced for is resolvable. By the way, divorces, it's not true that most divorces are because of unreconcilable differences. That's not the truth. 90% of the time, it is because the spouses have refused to reconcile the differences. So there are two different things. A difference that is unreconcilable means that it doesn't matter how you try, the partners can't come together again. But the ones that you just decided, either one or both of you have decided not to reconcile, that is foolishness. Because you can still have a beautiful marriage, a very, very beautiful marriage, if only you know what to do. And so when I sit down with them and we have the conversations, you see that they just messed up their relationship for nothing. Unfortunately, the children are already affected. Every divorce, every separation hits on the children. There is no child that survives a divorce or separation. Only by the grace of God do they do that. Other than that, that child must be traumatized. It's not a prayer, it's the truth. That child, any child from a divorce, must be traumatized, because a child's psychology needs both father and mother. That's the way God has designed it. And so if for any reason father and mother are separated, you have broken that guy's psychology, messed up his thinking. And it takes the grace of God. Even when you come back together, it takes the grace of God for that child not to be traumatized, so that he will not or she will not eventually re-experience that trauma in their own marriage. So when children have experienced divorce or abandonment, they tell themselves, I can never get married. If this is what marriage is about, two people come together and then they bicker and get angry and separate, then why am I getting married? Then there's no need. You even hear some people who get into marriage, first year, second year, they're already talking about divorce. Almost everybody that talks about divorce or leaving the house had parents that were divorced or separated. Check yourself. If you've ever told your spouse that I'm leaving, I'll leave this house for you, or you tell your spouse, get out of this house, go away, check it. Your parents were either divorced or separated. Just check it. Be honest with yourself. Your parents were either divorced or separated. That's why you also feel that being divorced or separated, there's nothing to it. So that's one of the reasons young people do not want to get married. Number 4, young people do not want to get married because of negative talks about marriage. Negative talks about marriage. You know, when you, the parents, are constantly saying negative things about marriage, both to each other, that's to your spouse, and about other marriages, you peddle only negative stories. You're always saying something like, women are always frustrating you. Men are always going the wrong way. Marriage is a very, very difficult thing. When you rush in, you rush out. You just keep saying negative things that don't have constructive aspects of them. Yes, we understand that marriage has challenges, just like any relationship. But why are you, how do they call it? Why are you pushing up the challenge or pushing into the face of your children the challenge, but you're not telling them the solution? Of course, when you hear negative talk about marriage, that's part of it. The other part is the negative talk all over social media. My wife and I didn't used to publicize our private lives, because we have private lives. We are public figures, but we have private lives. And for many years, we didn't really go online with our private life. But we saw that there were too many negative stories out there about marriage. And so it looked as if there were no good marriages. You know, bad news travels very fast, faster than good news. So it always looked as if there was no positive marriage. And there are many positive marriages, in their millions. So my wife and I decided to start, at least coming out as much as we could to show people that this thing is doable. So, have you been doing negative talks on marriage in your home? If you have, your children are just listening to you, and when it is time for them to get married, they just tell you, no, I'm not interested in something that is bad. Well, that's what you painted it to be. Number 6, some children don't want to get married because they saw one parent suffer. They saw one parent suffer. So perhaps it may be the mother, and the father so dealt with the mother, subjugated the mother, probably abused the mother. And then that girl child is saying, no, I'm not going to allow any man to do this to me. So I'd rather not get married. Because if I'm going to go into somebody's house and suffer like this, then it's better I just stay on my own. Or you have a family where the man is the one who is suffering, being emotionally abused by the wife, sometimes physically abused by the wife. Maybe the wife happens to earn more and then uses it to push the man down till the man doesn't feel like a man anymore. And the son sees this and says, no, I'm not going to allow a woman, any woman, to make me feel less than a man. So I'd rather not marry. Are you beginning to see some of the things that are causing your children? And I've given you an assignment, right? I said you should go and ask your children, I mean the older ones, 16 and above. Ask them what they think about marriage when they want to get married and listen to what they have to say. What they have to say is a direct reflection of what is happening in your marriage. So don't get angry with them. I'm not saying go back now, ask them to check, to answer you, and then you now start beating them up. Or no. It's just a mirror for you. It's just a mirror for you. So do well to go back, ask them, and then sit down and reflect on your own marriage. Because what they will say to you when you ask them that question, they may not say directly to you that this is what we have seen in your own marriage. But when they tell you some things, you just know that it is because of you. But when you ask children from a very good marriage, ask them about marriage, they say, oh yeah, and in fact, I've already planned how me and my husband will do this, will do that. In fact, I want to get married early so that I can start early and have my children. When you start hearing that, know that you are doing something right. Number 7, why do young people run away from marriage? Why do they stop thinking about marriage? Why do they stop believing marriage? Number 7, because they don't see God in the marriage. They don't see God. So every day you tell them, go to church, read your Bible, pray. You tell them everything about being a good Christian. But your practicality of it is lacking. And so they look at how both of you, husband and wife, how you treat each other. And they start asking themselves, are you sure God is the one who sanctioned marriage? Because why will he sanction something that is so toxic? And they can't see you yourself praying with your spouse. They can't see you doing spiritual activities with your spouse. Both of you are not doing anything in church. So they just start to wonder that means marriage is not necessary, because I can't see God inside the marriage. And God should be inside something that is important, right? So where is God? Where is God? So how is your faith? How is your Christian faith? How is your faith in God? How is your relationship? Is it good? Or is it something that you can't really answer confidently? Look, anytime someone asks you, how's your relationship with God, and you find it difficult to explain your relationship with God, know very well that you are backsliding. Did you hear what I just said? I'll say it again. Every time somebody asks you about God, your relationship with God, and you are not able to come out straight and say, this is how it is, then check it very well. There is something wrong with that, your relationship with God. So that's one of the reasons, number 7. Number 8, because the world shows a false version of love. That's why your children are not interested in marriage. The world shows a false version of love. You see, what we see in the movies and the magazines are two people just doing whatever it is they like without showing commitment. So they glorify freedom without commitment. And so you see, even in the movies, you see people moving in with each other, having sex, enjoying life like married couples, but they're not married. But they do everything together. They even go to church together. Huh? They go to church together. They leave after having sex, premarital sex, that is evil. In the morning, on Sunday, they will both go to church together. And then they will come back together after church and still do the same thing. And so when these things are filling the minds, and you see all this, oh, I can just have a child, I don't need a husband, I can just have a child with a woman and be paying child support, I don't need to marry the person. All of these things are the things that both traditional and social media are painting. And they are painting it as normal. My wife, Kunle Ologe, will call it normalized nonsense. So they are painting it as normal, and your children are seeing it. And so that's the version of love they know. They don't know that you must get married. So they just feel, well, I mean, we can just have sex, have multiple partners. It's okay. Society has painted it that way. It's okay. And so they run with it. So when you tell them about marriage, they're asking you why. Why should I get married if I can have a child without getting married? I can enjoy my sexual life without getting married. Then why do I really need marriage? So that's one of the reasons that your children are not thinking about marriage. Number 9, because nobody explains to them what marriage truly is. Nobody is talking. Nobody is talking. On this point, I want to make a lot of noise on this point. We are not telling the younger generation how to live. I don't know how we got that, because people told us how to live. People told us how to dress, how to walk, how to present things. But nowadays, you see young generations that don't even know how to honor. We are not teaching the younger generations the things that they are supposed to know about how to live life, including how to be married. We're not talking. So we see these young people doing the wrong thing, and we just keep quiet. We say things like, well, it's not my child. So no, when you see a young person doing the wrong thing, please call the young person and tell the young person, because many times I have discovered that they are doing it because they don't know. Nobody has ever told them it's right. You know, some time ago, I went to the barbing salon, and it's a barbing salon near my house that I usually visit. And I visited this barbing salon, and the same young man, very nice young man, who was barbing me, I realized that not only had the man moved from, I don't know what the levels of dreadlock, I don't know what it is, but he had moved from the lower level to the higher level of dreadlock. And then he had painted his nails black. At that point, I said, no, I can't keep quiet anymore. This guy is tending towards being a potential gay person. And so I started preaching to him. And I thought he was going to even dismiss it. Do you know what? I ended up, this was in the night, I ended up talking to that guy till about 10 p.m. Because every time I wanted to leave, the guy would say, please tell me more. Please tell me more. I want to hear, I want to learn. He even closed the shop, and I said, okay, so maybe, I know you want to go and rest now. He said, no, if you are ready to talk to me, I'm ready. So he strolled with me to my house. We sat down, we still had a long conversation, and eventually he gave his life to Christ, or he rededicated his life to Christ. That was when I got to know that he used to be a very, very vibrant person in the church. He used to be part of the boys' brigade. You know, he led the boys' brigade. He did a lot of things, but he fell off and nobody was talking to him. So he left the faith. So talking about marriage, who do you think will talk to your children first about marriage? It's you. You have to talk to them about marriage. You need to tell them what marriage is. You need to tell them why they need to be married. You need to tell them the good things of marriage. You need to tell them how to face challenges and all of that. We are not talking to these young people, so they don't know. They don't know what marriage is. What marriage is only what social media has told them. What are you telling them? So if they don't know what marriage is, then there's no need for them to get married. And then number 10, these young people are not getting married because they are not seeing healing and reconciliation. They can't see it. When you and your spouse have an issue, it just rages on and on and on, and then there is no healing, no reconciliation. They can't see you saying sorry to each other. They can't see you both going to take a course, or going for a retreat to see how you can rectify things. They can't see it. So they see you in perpetual anger and strife, and so they just feel, well, since there's no healing, no reconciliation, or growth, no growth, you are not learning anything new. They're not seeing you growing in your relationship because you two, you're not reading, you're not doing courses. So of course they just feel, well, why do I need to bother? These are some very important reasons that children stop believing in marriage. No, they stop believing not because marriage in itself is a bad institution. They stop believing because your version of marriage is bad. So, what do you now need to do? Because it's important for us to know what to do. What do you need to do? Now, before we go on with that, let's take a short water break. And please do watch this as we take that water break. Just a few minutes, 2-3 minutes, and then we continue so that I can tell you what you need to do to actually make your children believe in marriage again. Stay tuned.
I've been to you for some time now, and I've been wanting to ask you. I asked this question the last time, and you didn't want to give me a reply. So are you ready to be my girlfriend now?
Do I have to answer you now?
Yeah, why not?
I told you I'll think about it the last time, right?
It's been over a month now, and you're still thinking about it.
3 months, you mean?
3 months?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I'm not sure I'm ready. I go love you.
Hi. Fine girl. How far now?
I'm fine. What's
What
up?
are you looking at? Like,
See, everybody's just
couples are
getting
fine,
married. They want to marry. Come like say I dey miss. Everybody, I didn't even marry come to this year. This girl, 2025 is the year for marriage. And look at me, no marriage. I beg.
Calm down. What about that your guy that you were telling me that is the one? I will get married this year. What happened?
See, I don't think it's the one. I beg. I'm still waiting for the right one. I beg. I don't think it's the one.
Wait. Are you really waiting? Or you're just everywhere?
What do you mean that I'm just waiting? I want to
Calm
marry.
Calm down. You want to marry, but you have built high walls nobody can climb. Only you have unrealistic standards. Are you sure you are really waiting?
They are real standards. I don't understand.
I don't want to tell you that you're lying. No, I don't want to tell you that you're lying. You're just avoiding. You're not waiting anything. Only you. It must be this. It must be that. Auntie, calm down. Rafa, relax. So,
Chika, see, I'm just protecting my peace. I don't want anybody to break my heart. If they break my heart, will you not laugh at me? I beg, leave me, Jare.
Let me tell you what is wrong with you. You are traumatized. What is doing you is trauma. You need to heal. You are not protecting any peace. You need to heal because if you don't heal, this is how you will continue, my sister. You better heal.
So what do I do now? Because I want to marry you, honestly. I'm tired of being single.
Calm down for Jesus. Okay. See, let me tell you, if you want to get married, you need to calm down first and heal because you are traumatized. Until you calm down, heal first. That is when you can actually get married. Like when I say get married, have a good marriage because you can actually get married and still have wrong marriage guarantee. And let me tell you, before you heal, you must settle down and learn. And there's this program I know of. It's called Become Mr. and Mrs. See, in that place they will groom you. You will see. Your life will be transformed. And when I tell you that your life will be transformed, there's no way you do kalo in marriage. You will get married to the right man.
But will I find husband?
See, let me tell you, husband choke. See, you will find
Please register me,
anyways, don't say I not tell you. Better register for becoming Mr. and Mrs.
Okay, I'm registering for this course.
Mario.
All right.
Okay. Welcome back from that water break. And I hope that you did also enjoy the short clip that is there. Please, there's a course that is coming up in just a few days. It's called Becoming Mr. and Mrs. That course is for every eligible single. So if you know anybody, your children, or anybody that is 18 years and above, let them come so that they can hear. You know, I said it, that one of the problems that we have is that nobody is telling these young people about marriage. Nobody. And so you need to expose them, let them begin to learn what they need to know about marriage, so that it now forms something that they want to do, something that they look forward to having. It's very, very important. This is extremely important. And I would want you all to ensure that you get your children registered for this. Get your colleagues, if you have junior colleagues, get them to be registered for this. Get your church members to be registered for this course. This course is a 2-day course. And honestly, it will blow the minds of your children. They will begin to see what marriage is and begin to know how to prepare themselves first for marriage. And then they will know how to choose the right person for marriage. If your child is not yet here, please, it's only 18 and above. Okay, don't send children that are less than 18. Please, 18 and above. If your child is not here for this course, you are part of the problem of that child not getting married. So do all you can to ensure that that child comes for this course, or that junior one comes for this course. Even people who are old and are not yet married, maybe in their 50s, their 40s, 50s, let them also attend the course. It will also open their eyes to know what they have been missing and to get it right, so that they will find the right person. I will also be teaching, and yes, I'm the one who's going to be teaching in that course. I will also be teaching not just how to find the right person, but when you have found the right person, what do you now need to do? How do you go through that process of courtship? How do you plan for the wedding ceremony? And then how do you plan, more importantly, for the marriage? Because that's more important than the wedding ceremony. All of these are going to be encapsulated in that course, Becoming Mr. and Mrs. It's coming up on the 14th and 15th of this month of November. So make sure that they are all registered. The registration details are on the screen. And if you need more details about it, reach out to the number. There's a number at the bottom, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Reach out to that number. I don't know, that number is not there. Please, team, make sure the number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, so that you can actually get all the details that you need for that particular course. Now, let's continue. So, what do you need to do to make your children begin to see marriage, to begin to believe in marriage, to begin to want to be married? What do you need to do? Number one, let them see a marriage that is worth believing in. Let them see a marriage that is worth believing in. Please, I beg you, for the sake of your children, make sure they see a good marriage between you and your spouse. The fruit is always bigger than the seed. If you plant seeds of bad marriage in the eyes of your children, they will have worse marriages than you. Because, again, I say, the fruit is always bigger than the seed. So let your children see what it is. They don't learn marriage just by what you say. They learn marriage by what they see. What are they seeing in your marriage? Are you telling each other, I love you? Do they see you hugging each other? Do they see you forgiving each other? They need to be able to see a good marriage, because your marriage is the first sermon on marriage that they will hear. That's what they will, seeing it is the first sermon on marriage. Any other thing they're seeing anywhere else will come after, because they are growing up in your home. They're growing up in your home. So when you have issues in your marriage, look for how to sort them out. Don't have a bad marriage and then just leave it. Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Bad marriages don't get better with time, they get worse. Bad marriages get better with conversations. So having the right conversations with the right knowledge, you would repair a bad marriage. But if you think that time will just make it right, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So let them see a marriage worth believing in. Number 2, speak positively about marriage. Speak positively about marriage, both your marriage and marriages of other people. Speak positively. Don't make marriage sound like a trap or like a burden. Say, well, when you get married, you see your life is finished. How do you say that kind of thing to a person who is aspiring to get married? Yes, you can tell them about the things that need to be done and how marriage is something you need to intentionally do. You need to work here, you need to work there on yourself. Tell them things like that. Don't condemn marriage, because once you condemn marriage, when it is time for marriage, they're also going to feel that, why should I go into something that is condemned or something that was condemned by my parents? So just share balanced truths. Marriage is hard work, but if you put in the work, you will see beautiful results. That's balanced truth. Don't just say, marriage, you will suffer. You will suffer and suffer and suffer. You've not said anything. That's destructive. Be constructive in your statements about marriage. Number 3, model respect and partnership. Model respect and partnership. Let your children see you respecting your husband. Let your children see you honoring your wife. Don't let them see you disrespecting your husband or dishonoring your wife or subjugating your wife or violating your spouse with either physical or emotional abuse. No, don't do that. Model it. Let them see it. The way my children see my wife and I, in fact, they get jealous sometimes. And they even say things like, okay, we'll get married too. But we've modeled something beautiful to them. So I don't have any doubt in my mind that my children will have a good marriage, because that's what they saw. That's what they saw. And that's more potent than what they even hear. So what are your children seeing? Model a very, very good marriage. Number 4, let them see forgiveness in action. Look, these points are so important. I hope you are writing them down. Can I see people in the comment section? Are you writing these points down? I need you to write them down, and I need you to go back. If your spouse is here, beautiful. If your spouse is not here, go back and tell your spouse, let's have a conversation about this. And let's see how we can begin to do this. Don't say, oh, the children are young. No, the things you saw in your parents' marriage that are probably affecting your marriage now, you started seeing them maybe when you were 4, 5. So begin to model good marriages with respect and honor and dignity. Then let them see forgiveness in action. Let them see where daddy is angry because of what mommy has done. And they see mommy going to daddy to apologize. And then they see daddy accepting the apology and saying, okay, that's fine. Let them see mommy being very, very angry, maybe ranting around the house. And daddy comes to give her a bear hug to say, I'm so sorry. I'm the one who has done wrong. And then mommy melting into his arms and saying, I forgive you, I love you. Let them see it. We have this mentality, and in this part of the world is there where you say you don't want your children to see you apologizing. Even to your children, you don't say sorry. You have obviously done something wrong to your child. Then instead of saying sorry, you just bone. Straight face. I'm the parent. How can I be saying sorry? How can't you say sorry? Do you know when you are old and when you are no longer able to be as active as you are now, those children will do things to you and they will not say sorry. And it will hurt you as an old man, as an old woman. It will hurt you deeply. But you taught them not to say sorry. You taught them not to forgive. So ensure that they see forgiveness in your marriage. They will realize that, okay, so marriage is not that there won't be conflicts. There will be conflicts. Definitely, there are two different human beings. So there will be conflicts. However, those conflicts can be resolved, and then the hurting partner can forgive the other. Number 5, talk about God's design for marriage. Talk about God's design for marriage. Look, let me tell you this, and I've said it so many times. I said it everywhere. I mean, I still spoke at the TIP summit in the UK. We're in the UK. I still spoke there. Everywhere that I have spoken this year, I have kept emphasizing, you can't do marriage without God. You cannot do marriage without God. God needs to be in the center of marriage. That means your relationship needs to be restored. I mean, your relationship with God. Can you stop being a backbencher when it comes to the things of God and come to the front and take your faith seriously? Take it seriously. Because if you don't, you won't even know what God says about marriage. You won't know. You won't know. Many of you are this book, you are alien to this book. As in, this book is like you don't even know what it is. The only time you open your Bible is when you go to church. After you go to church, the Bible is not opening. Some of you, your Bible is very new. It looks very sharp. And it's not because you have many. It's because you have one Bible that you don't open. You only open in church. In fact, when you take it to church, you don't even still open it, because now most churches will display the verses, on the screen. So you don't even open it. You just carry it so that everybody knows that this is a Bible. What do you think you are doing? You're not preparing yourself well enough for you to be able to tell these children about God. You're not. So you need to prepare yourself, repair your relationship with God. Then you'll be able to talk about God's design for marriage. Be able to tell them, well, God created Adam, he created Eve out of Adam, so they need to help each other because they're incomplete. You tell them so that they know that it's not actually healthy to just say, I want to live my life without getting married when you are not a eunuch. It's different if God created you as a eunuch and has told you you don't need to get married. You're going to serve me. That's different. But that's only for a few people. Everybody else is expected to get married and replenish the earth, multiply and replenish the earth. So you need to be able to show them good marriage according to the scripture. Number 6, you need to expose them to healthy marriages. Look around you. There are healthy marriages. If you look very well. If you look very well and you are honest, not feeling jealous, you will see healthy marriages. When you see those healthy marriages, look for ways for your children to be able to see those marriages. You have a family friend, they have a very good marriage, visit them often so that your children can also learn from them. You have a course like the course that we're having, Becoming Mr. and Mrs., where they're going to learn about marriage. Expose them also. That's exposing them to healthy marriage. Expose them. In that course, I'm going to be telling so many stories. I mean, my wife and I, in case you are listening for the first time, my wife and I have been married for over 16 years, going to 17 now. And we've had a good marriage from the beginning, not from the middle. We've had a good marriage from the beginning because we knew what we were doing. I'm going to tell them all those stories. I'm going to tell them how we started. I'm going to tell them how we planned everything, how we are running. So they will have an example to see. Don't you want your children to have an example to see? They will have an example to see. So expose them to healthy marriages. So, thinking that only your marriage, your marriage may be good, but let them also see that there are many other marriages that are good out there. Again, please register your children, 18 and above. for the course becoming Mr. and Mrs. We have put it at a ridiculous cost of 15,000 naira. If you missed the early bird, sorry, because the early bird was 10,000 naira, and that early bird was up until the beginning of this month or the end of last month. But it's still a ridiculous amount of 15,000 naira for 2 days studies. And the good thing is that it's online. So your children, wherever they are in the world, can watch. I have people now, we have people who have already registered for their children and the friends of the children. You know what I said? That if the marriages around you are bad, your own is at risk. So those people have seen that, okay, these my children, there are 2 of them that are mature now, 18 and above. And they have together, they have 6 friends. So that those 6 friends will now not come and, you know how Jesus said seeds were planted among thorns and the thorns choked the seed, so that they don't choke the children with bad knowledge or mind. Let me also pay for them. So they've paid for their 2 children and then the 6 other children, 8 children. It doesn't take anything. It's just 15,000 naira. But it will give them peace so that the child doesn't come tomorrow. Andrew will say he wants to marry Adamu. Or Cecilia will say she wants to marry Rhoda. Yeah, that's what is happening because nobody is telling them anything. And so you are the one who will now have the heartache when those kind of things come. Or you see your daughter bringing someone that you know is a ragamuffin. You can see. You don't even need to know the person. From the sight of the young man, you know this guy is going nowhere. And your daughter says, that's who I want to marry. At that point in time, you are now running helter-skelter. The woman is already in love. The girl is already in love. It's going to be difficult for you to convince her. Remember when you were in love too. Or your son brings home a girl that you can see is a snake. You can see evil spewing out from her ears, nose, mouth, everything. You can see. I mean, you will know when you see evil. And at that point in time, anything you are telling that boy, he'll just be wondering that you hate me. Why are you saying you don't want to bless my union with this person? But you should have prepared the child before then, so that even before the child meets or thinks about choosing a spouse, the child already knows what to do. You know, in this course, there are 3 things that usually happen. Number 1, people who had bad relationships, or what I call rubbish relationships, they break it immediately after the course. They just realize that this relationship is going nowhere. We've just been fooling ourselves. So they break it. I always say a broken courtship is better than a broken marriage. So they break it. That's one thing. Number 2, the people who are in good relationships but didn't really know what to do with the relationships or how to run the relationships for it to move from a relationship to marriage, they get light and they're able to restructure the relationship properly so that it runs as a godly relationship. And thirdly, the people who are in no relationship at all, who are afraid of marriage, that's the people we're talking about today, right? They begin to see hope and they begin to want to get married. Those are 3 things that happen. That's why I'm encouraging you. You can see how passionately I'm encouraging you. I told, in case you joined us later on, I told the story at the beginning, which is part of what is driving this passion right now. Please go back to the beginning of this video, when we are done, and watch it again. And I told a story of how I met many young people who all didn't believe in marriage, and it was shocking. And they all told me, by the way, when I was interviewing them one after the other, they all saw examples of bad marriage from their parents. So please expose your children to healthy marriages. Number 7, have honest conversation about the challenges in marriage. Have honest conversations about the challenges in marriage. The challenges in marriage are real. I never deceive anybody to say that when you get married, you will not face challenges. You will face challenges. Even Jesus Christ said that in this world, we will face tribulations and trials. So he never promised that there won't be challenges. He only promised that he has overcome them all. That's the promise he made. So you need to be able to also talk to your children and tell them, these are the challenges of marriage, and these are the ways to handle the challenges, so that they don't get into marriage and feel deceived. They said that there's one song, Adulthood na Scam, right? I know there's one song like that. I hope that's the name of the song. How it is that You know, when you are young, you wanted to be an adult. Now you're an adult and you're saying, my God, there's so many things that an adult has to do that I didn't used to do as a child. Same thing in marriage. Don't let your children get into marriage and say, oh, I didn't know that my wife can get angry like this. I didn't know that my husband can decide not to eat. So what do I do? At that point in time, they're stuck because you never talked to them about it. So talk to them about the challenges in marriage and give them how to resolve them. Number 8, pray for and with them when it comes to marriage. Pray for and with them. Let your children also know that there's a higher power that will help you run a marriage and run it successfully. Let them know. That's very important. There's a higher power, and that power is the power of God. So constantly pray for them when they are not there for their marital bliss. Then also when they're there, pray with them. Tell them from time to once you have children that are 18 and above, set up a schedule where they pray for all of you, gather together and pray for their future marriage. When they see this, first of all, they recognize that marriage is a divine thing. Then secondly, it boosts their confidence that, oh, God is on my side when it comes to this, so I can do it. You know how beautiful it is to feel that I can do something, so I can do it. So pray for and with them. Number 9, heal your own wounds about marriage. Heal your own wounds about marriage. If you have a marriage that is challenged, please stop watching it. I told you at the beginning, along the way, I said that if you wait for a bad marriage, it will just get worse. It doesn't get better with time. It gets better with conversation. So go and make sure your marriages are healed. Book for counseling sessions. Sit down with a counselor. If you've tried and it's not working, it means you don't know what to do. So sit down with a counselor. Stop running away from your solution, because at the end of the day, you are still coming to sit down with me anyway. When the marriage is now almost, maybe one person is backing out, that's when you now come like fire brigade approach. Don't wait till then. Right now, if you've tried to resolve things with your spouse and you are not able to resolve it, please book a counseling session. I already told you I do counseling every day of the week, Mondays all through to Fridays. I'm counseling couples. Book for counseling sessions so that we can sit down and have a conversation. Take courses. At the Marriage Seal Academy, we have courses covering every aspect of marriage. You have courses covering communication, finance, sex, dealing with family and friends, all of this. We have all kinds of courses for them. We have all kinds of books. I've written over 16 books, all kinds of books on marriage. They are all available for you. And even most importantly, we have what we call the Couples Conclave. The Couples Conclave. Now, the Couples Conclave is our annual rejuvenation and accountability program at the Marriage Seal Academy. The Couples Conclave will help you to realize that marriage can be run very, very well. It will help you to realize that marriage can be good. It will show you the steps and guide you and hold your hand, taking you from where you are, wherever you are in your marriage, to where you are supposed to be, and then keeping you there, because it's a lifelong event. The Couples Conclave, we start every year in January and we end in November. And all through, from January to November, we're helping each other, holding each other's hands and keeping each other accountable. It's a community of good marriages. And you know what happens in a community? Immediately you enter a community, you begin to behave, you begin to dress, you begin to eat what the community eats. You just become a member of that community. That's what we have done with the Couples Conclave. This year, we have over 500 couples from around the world, Nigerians, non-Nigerians, who are part of the Couples Conclave. And because the Couples Conclave is online, you can actually meet each other. We can meet ourselves digitally online. And that's so important. It's so, so important. And so I'm urging you to join this community of ours. Registration is already on. I think the details for registration, yes, it's on the screen. Get those details reach out to the number if you want more details. And as we end, we'll be playing you a video, that will show you more about the couples conclave. These are the kind of things that you need to do that will heal your wounds on marriage. Don't just sit down and hope that your marriage will get better. I tell you for a fact that marriages don't get better by wishful thinking. They just get worse, because as you are waiting for it to get better, your spouse is getting angry and getting resentful. You two now start getting angry and getting resentful, and it just grows and grows until one day it explodes, and then you hear somebody packing out, leaving the marriage, and the other person is shocked. That's because you left it to fester. It's like a wound. You leave an open wound. You don't treat it. You don't do anything to it. You leave it to fester. It just becomes a very big infected part of your body. So join the couples conclave. Heal the wounds you have about marriage. Come for counseling. These are very, very important and vital things. And finally, teach them that love starts with wholeness. Teach them that love starts with wholeness of self. So let them understand that they need to, I'm talking about your children, let them understand that they need to build themselves to wholesome people, wholesome men and wholesome women, people with integrity, people with the fear of God, people who will stand out and stand against what is wrong and stand for what is right. Let them understand that healthy marriages come from healthy individuals. When you have two healthy individuals, they will most likely have a healthy marriage. These are some of the things that you need to do for you to ensure your children begin to believe in marriage again. I sure do hope that I have helped you to learn something again on marriage today. Please still subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed. Some of you are new here. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification button so that you get our videos. Share this video, this particular video. Share it with family and friends. Share it wide. It's free. Share it wide to everybody so that they can learn and also sort themselves out. Because if the children of your neighbors and friends miss it in marriage, they are the ones who interact with your children. So even in their good marriage, your children's good marriage, those ones can come and influence it negatively. So do all you can to ensure that everybody around you understands this. So share this video widely. And then, like we said again, please do register for the course, this particular course, Becoming Mr. and Mrs. Register for it. The registration is on now, and it will go on till that day. We're starting the 14th of November. Please make sure that they're there. And if you are here, you're listening to me, and you're an eligible single, go ahead and register. It's been so beautiful, such a beautiful time with everybody here. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you again for being here and listening and learning. This is very, very important, and I'm so excited for you that you are able to do this. As we go now, I'd love to share with you the video that I promised you that will help to teach you about the couples conclave. And I hope that this video will truly, truly reflect the good things that you need to know about marriage. God bless you. See you again next Friday. My name is Kunle Ologe, marriage counselor, founder of the Marriage Seal Academy. Please enjoy.
This is my wife, and we are members of the Couples Conclave.
My name is Joanne Phillips. I am a conclavite.
My name is Wuraola Obaka, and I am a conclavite.
I am Jide Pascal Agwadike, and with me is my wife,
Ezine Agwadike.
I joined, and it has been the best decision of our lives.
I just decided that, what will it cost me to just go get more knowledge on how to have a better home and a better marriage?
I want to encourage every couple to be part of this couple conclave. Not exactly next year, you need to be there. You don't need to be told. We need parents, fathers, and mothers who will lead a generation of our boys and our girls. I want to tell everyone, it's a great place to be.
Now, my experience at the conclave has put in me a consciousness to continuously work on my marriage.
Joining the conclave, Sake has always emphasized on forgiveness and communication in marriage.
Couples Conclave has really been helpful in our marital journey.
Couples Conclave has been that community that has created a new culture, in our home.
To anyone who sees this video, I would love to invite you to the Couples Conclave, because the truth is, being a traditional couple is not a way forward. Being a traditional couple, you will not be able to beat the evils of this world. The evils of this world today are not the evils of the world some years back. And so if you want to use those style of those years to beat the trend of today, it will not help you. But the knowledge you need for you to succeed in this day and time as a couple is gotten from the Couples Conclave.
Thank you, Couples Conclave, for helping us rediscover the love and connection that we once had when we met ourselves.
So I recommend Sake, the Couples Conclave. Talk to people that will inspire you. Don't just sit down and think you can do it alone. You need people that will continually inspire you to be better in your marriage.
Couples Conclave is a place to be.
The Couples Conclave is that 11-month accountability and rejuvenation program of the Marriage Seal Academy. In this program, we bring couples together from all over the world to join hands, learn, and be taught on the things that you need to do to make sure your marriage is always on fire. It begins every year in January all through to November of the same year. We take a break in December and start again the next January. One of the things that you get to do in the Couples Conclave is that every single day there is a tip on marriage that is shared to all the couples. Every week we have a bonding activity that helps couples to come together and bond. Every month we give one master class on one particular aspect of marriage. And once every year we have a physical retreat where we take ourselves to a resort and have a nice time for a few days. We've had retreats in Abuja, in Lagos, and we're going to have the next one in Uyo. Over the past 4 years that we have had this Couples Conclave, we've had a lot of testimonials from couples who come in as maybe fighters in some cases, and then they eventually become lovers because they've come to learn what it is that they have not known on marriage. There's so much that you can learn in marriage, and the Couples Conclave creates that community where you can come and create that culture of the right marriage, the way God ordained it to be. My name is Kunle Ologe, marriage counselor, founder of the Marriage Seal Academy, and I am the chief host of the Couples Conclave. Join us for the 2026 Couples Conclave program. Registration details are immediately after this. Please enjoy.
You for some time now, and I've been wanting to ask you. I asked this question the last time, and you didn't want to give me a reply. So are you ready to be my girlfriend now?
Do I have to answer you now?
Yeah, why not?
I told you I'll think about it the last time, right?
It's been over a month now, and you're still thinking about it.
3 months, you mean?
3 months?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I'm not sure I'm ready.
Hi. Hi, girl. How far now?
I'm fine. What's
Wait,
up?
what are you looking at? Like,
Everybody's
these
just
couples are
getting
fine,
married. They want to marry. Come like say I dey miss. Everybody, I didn't even marry come to this year. This girl, 2025 is the year for marriage. And look at me, no marriage. I beg.
Calm down. What about that your guy that you were telling me that is the one? I will get married this year. What happened?
See, I don't think it's the one. I beg. I'm still waiting for the right one. I beg. I don't think it's the one.
Are you wait. Are you really waiting? Or you're just everywhere?
What do you mean that I'm just waiting? I want to
calm
marry.
Calm down. You want to marry, but you have built high walls nobody can climb. Only you have unrealistic standards. Are you sure you are really waiting?
They are real standards. I don't understand.
I don't want to tell you that you're lying. No, I don't want to tell you that you're lying. You're just avoiding. You're not waiting anything. Only you. It must be this. It must be that. Auntie, calm down. Rafa, relax. So,
Chika, see, I'm just protecting my peace. I don't want anybody to break my heart. If they break my heart, will you not laugh at me? I beg, leave me, Jerry.
let me tell you what is wrong with you. You are traumatized. What is doing you is trauma. You need to heal. You are not protecting any peace. You need to heal because if you don't heal, this is how you will continue, my sister. You better heal.
So what do I do now? Because I want to marry you, honestly. I'm tired of being single.
Calm
please.
down for Jesus.
Okay.
See, let me tell you, if you want to get married, you need to calm down first and heal because you are traumatized. Until you calm down, heal first. That is when you can actually get married. Like when I say get married, have a good marriage because you can actually get married and still have wrong marriage guarantee. And let me tell you, before you heal, you must settle down and learn. And there's this program I know of. It's called Become Mr. and Mrs. See, in that place they will groom you. You will see. Your life will be transformed. And when I tell you that your life will be transformed, there's no way you do kalo in marriage. You will get married to the right man.
But will I find husband?
See, let me tell you, husband choke. See, you will find.
Please register me.
Anyways, just I not tell you. Better register for Becoming Mr. and Mrs.
Okay, I'm registering for this
take
course.
Mario.
All right.